Hey, it's Theo, and I'm at one of my favorite places where I live. It's almost in my backyard. It is the Manasquan Reservoir, and you can see it near me. It's beautiful, right? And it's interesting. I'm here, and it's raining. It just started raining. We weren't really supposed to get rain today, but I come out here when I want to like ground myself. I like, you know, I'll grab onto a tree or I'll take my shoes off, which actually that's what I'm going to do right now. Um, One of the things am, I learned a long time ago, like back in 2004, um, is a statement that I learned, and it's about contemplating the existence of, not the existence, contemplating the meaning of life. And, what is it to contemplate the meaning of life? Like, what does it all mean? And if you do this long enough, especially when you're in the midst of this, there's something that really comes over to you, and it's something that's happening right now as this rain is coming down. And I'm gonna keep recording as this rain is starting to come down on my head. Is that really life, in its discovery of what does it all mean, is really empty and meaningless? What does that mean? This is something that I learned when I did a course a very long time ago. Really what the root of that saying means, that everything is empty and meaningless, is that inherently there is no meaning. And that as human beings, we make up the meaning. Like, I'm looking at this and deciding to, and there's people walking behind me and on these trails, and it's raining, and there are some of us that could come out here and say, oh my God, I gotta get home. I'm gonna get soaking wet. It's horrible, the weather's horrible, and I'm looking at this right now and I'm thinking, wow, how peaceful, how amazing. I'm witnessing the refilling of the reservoir, right? It's like the reservoir is already full, but to some degree, this rain is adding more water to the reservoir. There's something about nature, right, that is so cyclical, so wonderful, so patterned, so predictable. And yet here we are as human beings, and we have a tendency to give meaning to things where really everything is just empty and meaningless. And so as a coach, as somebody who really kind of characterizes my own life and my clients' lives, like, I see the extraordinary inside of people and human beings, and every once in a while I lose the message for myself. Like, what are you doing, Theo? Why are you doing this? What's the meaning? Am I making something up? Am I having one of my down days? And we get to make up whatever meaning we want, really. And we can make it positive or we can make it negative. We can choose to be inside of the awe and the wonder of life and the order and the operation of things and the magnificence of how things show up in our manifested lives, or we can make it mean shit. And God damn it, how come this is happening to me? And my life is so horrible, and I fall into this victim cycle. We get to choose every single day how we want our lives to be. And I gotta tell you, today was one of those days where I woke up and I was choosing to make life look like, oh, this is so complicated. I'm so stressed out. I'm making myself wrong. I'm getting in my own way. And there is truth to that. Like, there is truth to that. Like, today I was totally in my own way. And by coming here, here it is, almost midday. And just now, I'm like, I feel grounded. I feel beautiful. I feel wonderful. I feel extraordinary. I feel powerful. And there is something so miraculous about the woo-woo-ness of life. So, what are you woo-woo about in your life? Some of us are woo-woo about our practices. Some of us are woo-woo about meditation. Some of us are woo-woo about religion that we follow. Some of us are woo-woo in the businesses that we create for ourselves and the world, and how we want to transform people or bring them products and services that will help facilitate happier, easier lives. At least that's what I hope some of the businesses are doing. I know for me, this idea that I'm chasing after right now, which is helping LGBT entrepreneurs overcome stress and anxiety, that there is a level of understanding, there's a level of compassion, there's a level of love present that allows my clients to flourish and thrive. Anytime I've ever gone into a coaching program or a mentoring program for myself to improve myself, the ones that actually worked are the ones where they provided sometimes really hard love. Like, this is the way that it is. You're getting in your own way. You're making something mean something that it is voluntarily, you're making it mean that. And you can make it mean something more fabulous, more wonderful. Like, so today I was getting down on myself, like, why am I not doing the thing that I said I was going to do today, and beating myself up? Or I can say, you know what? No, today is the day where you are resetting yourself. Today is the day where you are beginning to see the awe and wonder in everything. And you could bring that to your clients. You could bring that to others around you. So that's what I'm choosing today. And so I can already feel the stress and anxiety that was previously there has already lifted. And so, doing my daily practices, which I did not do today. I didn't do my morning meditation. I didn't do my morning routine. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do my gratitude work. I didn't do my affirmations. I didn't do all that. And looking back on it, my mindset wasn't set up for the day. So doing daily mindset work is really, really important if we're up to something big. It's okay to want something that's ordinary. It's okay to go out there and have a job and make really good money doing your job and living a really good life. and just being okay with that. Now, if you have a feeling on the inside like you're living on a hamster wheel, like you don't like what it is that you're doing, you're like, yeah, you're making lots of money, but you feel like it's the same routine over and over and over and over, and you're getting nowhere. And yes, you're making more money, and yes, maybe you go on 1 or 2 vacations a year, and yes, you had a new pair of shoes and a brand new car, and you love your house, but there's something inside of you that's just dying. I did that for years. And I tried to get out of it for years. And then I started working on myself. And things started to really move and shake and happen. And I started to learn different techniques and tools and ways of being. And it worked. And I wouldn't say unfortunately, because I really wouldn't change anything. But I'm going to use the word unfortunately. Unfortunately, I had to spend like a lot of money, like almost $200,000. Actually, almost $250,000 actually. And taking like dozens. I mean, when I say dozens, I mean like 50 or 60 different courses, reading dozens upon dozens of personal development books, hiring coaches and mentors, and there is value to that even to this day. Like I still, every once in a while, like if I really feel stuck, I'll hire a coach, like to get me unstuck. And where do you do that? If you are an entrepreneur, or even if you're not an entrepreneur, you're just a busy professional and you want something bigger and better. Do you hire a coach to get you unstuck? Or do you try to figure it out on your own? And do you stay stuck? Like for potentially years? If it wasn't for the fact that I had access to some of these tools and tips and tricks and ways of being and processes and blueprints that I can constantly refer to, and even if it takes me a day or two to figure out, oh shit, you are off target. Lately I've been feeling kind of off target. And so it happens to all of us. It really does. The best of the best. Sometimes you will see an entrepreneur or a coach or a mentor, and they go missing for a little while. They probably fell off their game, and they're doing their own personal work to get themselves back. It happens. And so when we, as coaches, do this, sometimes we need a coach. If we're starting a new business, we want to bring a new product to the market, we want to write a book, we want to become an international bestseller, sometimes it's faster to try to hire somebody to help you get in the right mindset, get in the right framework, have the right process or formula. And so one of the things I do as a coach is I have like this 3-step approach: mind, body, and spirit. And so many times it's so cliche, right? It's so cliche that we hear about this mind, body, spirit connection all of the time. But there is truth to it. The mind is where everything starts. The body is the vessel where your spirit is housed. And so if we are only dealing with the mind and we're forgetting about the body and we're forgetting about the spirit, it doesn't work. If we're only dealing with the body and we're working out and we're doing all this stuff, you go to the gym. The reason why there are some women and men that are in such stellar, ridiculous shape is a lot of them have problems that they've worked on, and they've been working on them, and they're using the body to get that out, right? To burn off that anxiety, to burn off that stress, to strive for something bigger and better, because it gives something that they can control. A lot of it's a control issue. And a lot of times it's a lack of control. Or I like to think of when we try to optimize these things in our lives from the mind, body, spirit connection, where all of it's working simultaneously. It's about setting our intention. What I've been learning a lot in the past few years is taking the action. And it doesn't have to be like ridiculous action, but taking an action in the direction of the thing that you want to have. And then spiritually, it's about releasing it. Releasing it. Surrendering the idea of what it is that you want over to the universe. And allowing the universe to be your co-creating companion. So that's my message for today. All right. People are looking for me. I have some phone calls coming in. I got to answer the phone. Ciao for now. Let me know if this video helped. What stood out to you? What did you learn? Put something in the comment section. Tag somebody who you think needs to hear this. All right? And don't forget to smash that like button and follow for more. Ciao.